Hi everybody, how are you doing this week? I want to do a recap on Chapter 2, which deals with technology and purchasing. I can't really think of anything that has changed more since I first got in the business than the technology side of it. My first operation, we didn't have a POS system, we had a cash register. There was no internet at the time. It makes me feel even older than you can believe. But basically everything was done just about pencil and paper. Yes, we had computers back then, but we didn't use them for the applications we use today. So Chapter 2 talks a lot about some of the things that are new, that have made our life more complicated in some ways, but also easier in others. Some of the key things that they talk about, web online ordering. Back in the day, it was always a salesman would come in, sit at your desk, and we still do that to an extent. I'm old school. I like to have a salesman come in every week. We sit, we talk, I ask questions. We might look up stuff on the computer, but a lot of businesses will do their purchasing completely online. We used to buy from US Foods a year or so ago, and their salesman got paid a bonus when the customers would buy exclusively online, which I never understood why a salesman would do that, because basically you're coming in saying you don't need me, just go to a website and buy your stuff. It's not called job security. But it is great when I can go online and I can look up a company's webpage and I can look up all of their different products, because I may not know what exactly I want, and there's no way that the sales rep sitting here in a chair knows all about the 50 different chicken breasts that they have in stock. So sometimes it's easier for me to do that. Some of the things are real simple that you don't think about. Fax machines. We didn't have fax machines years ago, which we can send in orders, we can do things that we might need a signature on. Computers, obviously now even our little cell phones are computers. I've got links on my iPhone to a couple of the companies we use. I've got a produce link on there so I can look up produce prices and options. We just didn't have those things years ago. I mentioned the POS system before, and that's a point of sale system. And the point of sale system, for those that haven't worked in retail or in a restaurant, is basically that computer that you come up the front, you order a hamburger, the person pushes a button that says hamburger, and kind of a glorified cash register. A good one is going to do a whole lot more than just be a cash register. And they have evolved too. Even at my last school I was at, we used a PC for our point of sale service, and it cost about $5,000. Fancy, a lot of bells and whistles, very difficult to program and time-wise. Compared to the one that we have now, that we just bought for the new cafe, called the Clover. And it'd be a good idea if you go to the website and look up the Clover, and it's basically www.thecloverpos.com or theclover.com. Look that up. It's basically a glorified iPad. You download different apps for it. The cost on it was about $1,000, so about $4,000 less. The reason it's so much cheaper, the company that sells it, they make their money from running the credit card sales. So they make about 2.5% on every sale. But modern technology, it's going to allow us to go wireless, to have an iPad in the kitchen for orders to pop up for the person on the grill to see. Crazy. A good POS will not just be a cash register and an order taker, but it will do your inventory for you, keep track of a running inventory. It will tell you when you need to order. It will make a database of your customers, their likes and dislikes. You can do mailing lists on it. You can do promotional information on it. Keep track of your credit sales on it. It's really crazy what you can do. So like I said, go to the Clover, look this up. You're going to be amazed. It's really a really great system. I mentioned inventory briefly there. Another thing that is really great about technology these days is inventory control. You have radio frequency tags that companies will use a reader and go by, and they will scan. They'll say pick this box basically when they have an order, and they'll do it all by radio frequency, and then they can follow this through the whole path from the time it leaves the company to the time we get it. Barcode readers. Can you imagine going in, say, a 5,000 item inventory and having to count each box, or go by with a scanner and just scan right across the barcodes, and it'll tell you exactly what you've got on hand. Modern technology is great. I don't think it beats the old systems that we had. Sure, it might make things a little bit easier, but I would never want to go and purchase completely online or do all my things completely online. I think that personal touch in our business is what's important. We're going to talk about in a couple chapters to come basically what makes one purveyor different than another purveyor. And if we're all sitting here on the computer and just tapping in our orders and waiting for things to show up at the door, how does that make one company different from another company when we purchase from them? It ends up being price, and that's about it. But I think we have to embrace the online technology for what it is. I mean, I buy all kinds of stuff online food-wise. I think I said in an earlier video, I bought a bunch of mustard that I've been searching for from Amazon. There's some crazy stuff food-wise you can get on Amazon that you can't get from anywhere else. So we embrace it for what it is. It's here to stay. I think you just have to temper it with good people skills. So that's basically chapter 2 in a nutshell. Technology. Those are some of the key points. We'll see you next for chapter 3. Thanks. Bye.